Okay, dear students, am I audible to you?
Yes,
Dear
sir.
students, am I audible to you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, dear students, I welcome you people for your second class of Module 5, Compensation and Reward System subject. Fine. So anyway, in the previous class that we people have discussed some basics about how much this performance-based compensation system is very much important for any organization, and what do we mean by this performance-based compensation? Fine. So certain meaning related to this performance-based compensation system we people have already dealt. Fine. And this is usually paid for something the work which has been done very excellently, and what extra contribution that any employee or a group of employees has given to the organization. Okay. On the basis of that, what assessment is been done by the top management, and what has been fixed that will be given to those people. Fine. So also we people have discussed on something like pay for the performance, which is directly it's going to be tied up with the major compensation. Okay, the basic compensation which is going to be given to the employees, and okay, and also for the goal, for the achievement of the organizational management goal, which has been set by the management for that. Okay, and also certain common variables which is going to be used in your paying for the performance like company equity, bonus, and gain sharing. Okay, these all things has been also discussed. And also we people have commented and discussed on whether any type of pay for performance based system, whether it can be more practical to the organization or a company or not, that also people have discussed. And also we people have discussed on the seniority pay system versus performance pay system, where what the debate which starts between who is important, whether the performer or a senior person on the job. Then also we people have discussed on the factors which is going to disturb the process of pay for performance, like communication system. Okay, and discussion system, pay description, all those things. Then we have like rewarding for the desired behavior, certain guidelines or principles which people have already discussed on that. Fine. And also, this is also what we people have dealt with, like guidelines to reward the employees, like helping them to listen to the customers, positive words about them, what service those people have given, or some board member or top management executive who is going to come and speak to them personally on any occasions, and understanding what motivates the employees, and the meeting telling something about the accomplishment which has been done by the employee for his extra ordinary contribution, and also presenting them some gifts, etc., etc. Fine. This is what we people have already dealt into your previous class. Now the rest of things which has to be dealt, and we are going to begin with, does the compensation motivates the performance? This is a very questionable one. Obviously, if you ask for this, almost all type of organizations from different sectors are going to say yes for that. Usually they do, because basically, any person who works for any organization, this will be a basic thing which he is going to expect some amount of money, which is going to be given to him for the contribution what that person has done for an organization for its betterment. Fine. So usually it motivates. Remember, if you want to retain the employees and you want to motivate them to certain level where your sales can go up, okay, though there may be a difficult situation into the market, where market may be down because of the extra effort what your employees or group of employees put in making good sales or bringing some revenue altogether, we say, right? Bringing revenue in a difficult situation into the market for the organization. This only happens with a committed employees or group of employees who is working for an organization. Fine. So here we have, like, first one, like, the pay employees the salary and incentives is a quite common thing, that you people have to pay them a salary according to the value what those people have given to the organization as in return. Okay, and the incentives which those people can earn for their better performance. Okay, and being motivated on the job. Then also keep the incentive plans to be the part of their major compensation plan, whatever that has been set by the top management. This incentive should be the part of that which will be motivating them better, to gain something extra what value those people can earn from their extra effort what those people put for the organization. Okay, while accomplishing the task which is given to them by from any source of top management. Then we have second one, like, keep the incentive. Sorry, the third one, whatever the goals that you people are going to set, you should be very smart. Like, very specific goals which should be clearly understood. Okay, the scope should be properly defined. The boundaries into which the employees has to work should be understood by him. Then measurable, the benchmark or say any standard has been set. In the realistic way, it should be, we have one more realistic, like, measurable, like, whatever the output which comes out of the performance of an employee, that output should be measurable. It should be converted into a quantifiable terms, where that quantifiable terms can help any organization in calculating the performance of those employees. Okay, ambitious, where something value has to be contributed for personal well-being of an employee, as well as that value should be also transferred to the organization somewhere, in the sense, like, that should increase the motivation among the employees to do it, and they should find it is very sensible one. The realistic, in reality it should be acceptable. If somebody have a capacity, or say in the market condition, maybe 10 units per day can be the maximum maximum the returns that any company can get into the industry at the time of certain situation. Take any situation into the industry, where you take any company, those companies may be able to have 10 units per day at the maximum by putting extraordinary effort by them. Now that may be a particular standard can be set for any group of employees or for the organization for a single day. If you keep it for 20, in reality it never happens. So this means that you should have the goal something which is realistic, which can be achievable one. It can be done. okay, within the control of a human beings. So that realistic and time bound, it talks about time plays a very important role, okay, here where any goals which has been set, that should have the time bound within which it has to be achieved. Okay. Then fourth, we have determine what your competitors are paying. That has to be understood by any organization, that what competitors are paying, what are their compensation plans or payout plans, payout plans. That all has to be considered, and according to that, if people can go, whatever those people are doing, if people can follow it. Sometimes if people can alter them, fine, and make it something better than them, and which is suitable for your organization. And when the comparison starts, between your organization and the competitor organization by your employees, that should give some meaning to the employees, stating that what has been paid to them is better than others. Fine. Then we have like a modify the salary based on employee geographical location. Sometimes what happens is the people who are residing in metropolitan cities, okay, of a company A, and the same company also holds some branches into some small cities like Belgaum or Hubli. Okay, now the living cost what we have here in the smaller cities, it is much more in metro cities. Fine, very fast moving metro cities where affording lifestyle there becomes very difficult. So what happens is, it's a duty of an organization to see to it that what is a feasible, the compensation which is minimum required by any employee who is residing in that certain places. According to that, you people have to set. This is what it is. Okay. Then usually you people can increase the merit pay, and you can reward the people who are very outperformers or top performance people. You have to identify them. Okay, and you people have to pay them something extra, as in the form of incentive or bonus or achievement. Then we have provide employees with even non-financial rewards. So that doesn't mean that if you just recall your previous slides, you know, understand what motivates each of your employees. Some employees will be looking for monetary benefits from the organization for the performance what those people show on the job. Some employees are expecting some non-financial rewards like getting some paid leaves or vacation leaves, right? Some paternity leaves, etc. Now we have like designing pay for the performance plans. Okay, this include first we have to define the performance. What exactly this performance is then. Before going to the definition of this performance, fine, it is always difficult for any organization while those people are linking compensation to their total business strategy. Remember, whatever business strategy those people may have, okay, in achieving their objectives or reaching their mission and a vision, okay, what those people have set at the inception of the organization. But thing is, we cannot tell that all the time that compensation is going to affect your business strategy, or maybe a compensation will be used as a whole in achieving the business strategy. There are many other things also, no doubt, but compensation will be one among them. As per me, if there's too much of debate happens, that it's very difficult that you people can say that this much we people are paying you, as I mean, sorry, this much, any organization can pay certain amount to their employees and tell that these business strategies has to be achieved. No, we cannot say that after paying somebody they are going to help you to implement your business strategies, or bring your plan into a reality. It is very difficult. Okay, so what we do to do that very effectively, while matching both of them, any organization should be having an ability that to identify their organization direction, okay, into which direction the organization is moving and what is the need, okay, at that particular moment to move. And also they can communicate the desired action which those people are expecting from the employees in reaching their organizational needs. So these things, the direction of the organization, and what is the need those the organization is having to move at that particular direction, and also the communication part. The communication strategy has to be properly followed in making the stakeholders, or maybe your employees or group of employees, in having the desired action or a behavior or attitude in getting that organization to that particular level. Fine. So usually this compensation will be providing a very effective tool for any organization while getting the employees to move that move in that particular direction which organization has to move. Okay, that's what the need of the organization. Also, the same path which organization is expecting that their employee has to move, that has to be brought. So this is always a debatable one, like result versus effort. What results that any organization is expecting? What should be the effort that the internal stakeholders has to put in making organization to reach that particular results. And there are certain issues while you people are designing this pay for performance plan. Okay, what are the issues? One, as I told you, in your last one slide, where any goal which has been set has to be measurable one. So it says that how do you measure the goal which has been set? On what basis the goal has been set for the group of people or individuals, employees? Fine. Then who will be having participation into the plan is a questionable one. Identify the people who are capable and suitable for that particular plan for implementation purpose. Fine. And also achieving the goals. Then how also people have to determine how will the payout be determined in the organization. What are the plans? Okay, for especially the payout, the amount which is going to be paid for the employees or group of employees in the form of compensation. How often these plans can be used? Is it possible to alter? Fine. So how often does the plan payout should be taken into a consideration? Okay, as and when it is required. Fine. Then what are those threshold or entry members? Minimum people who is required for implementing those plans or deciding upon that. Who can be the better person in deciding upon? Then who should be the responsible person who will be looking after the administration of that particular plan which has been set for pay for the performance plan? Fine. And also who will be measuring it? Maybe a responsible person who is a person looking after the implementation part of the pay for the performance, and also who is going to measure it, measure the performance. Maybe some people who are responsible, who has also set, maybe those people have set it, and somebody who will be implementing it. Fine. And does the plan pay all the duty due, or does it have to hold provision? This is, it depends. Sometimes at the end of the a project, if the project has been successfully implemented and accomplished, and the result which were expected by the top management or organization as a whole, if it has been received by the employees, probably they can pay immediately, or some can be kept to retain the employees into the organization. Okay, they can hold the such provisions back for a few time to see to it that whether that will be continued or not. Now what is the life of the plan? As we say, time bomb. Okay, there should be a time bomb for this. Then we have final check before installing a new compensation fine plan. So all the issues we people have discussed, what should be the plan and who should be there. Okay. Then we have final check before the people are going to install that compensation plan for pay for the performance in the organization. So first question usually we people ask is that whether the company paying for time or productivity. Always it is a questionable one, where whether company is going to set a plan for the time. Whether this is when we're talking about a time, like seniority. When we talk about productivity, we talk about performance. Okay, we those people are paid higher in the organization sometime, whose tenure is very long in the organization, from a long years, from many years. Those people are serving the organization, being very loyal to the organization. For that, something you people can have a plan to pay them. Okay, and for sometimes organization are going to pay for the productivity. They don't look for the ages those people have served for the organization. They see look at how much an individual is contributing to the organization. So on the basis of the contribution, the productivity what those people show, right, saving lot of resources for the organization and giving more output to the organization. Well, on that basis also people can have a compensation plan. The second way, does the compensation program reduce the need for employee supervision or maintain it? the very usually the main stuff of the management is this, looks after that any job has been done by any employee, say take any individual or a group of employees as an example. Almost all, the reduction of the supervision is the very basic part of understanding any management, whether it was successful or a failure one. If the supervision is reduced to a minimal level or no supervision, it's a good sign that there are people motivated enough on the job, and those people are going to be contributing continuously to the organization. So see to it that whether the program what has been set in the form of compensation program, that has to help any organization in reduction of the supervision or maintenance. Then we have the third one. Now, this compensation program, which has been set a plan, whether it's going to encourage an initiative among the employees. No doubt, if the supervision comes down, it means that those people take initiation and very creatively those people are going to work on the job. Or sometimes just reinforcing the status quo, whatever the present condition is there, just strengthening that present condition, right? And helping that condition to sustain for a longer time till that the program is implemented and accomplished. The fourth we have, does the plan program automatically increase the fixed expenses? This also has to be taken into consideration. While people have certain compensation plan, that also leads to the expense. So that expense and what returns that you people get out of that plan after implementing it, whether that is going to match or not, see it with. If expense goes higher, then there's no meaning in having such a plan and getting that level of performance by the employees. Okay. So we have next, like fifth one, like, does the compensation program is going to reinforce the company's profits, or is going to increase the company's profit, or sometimes, or just simply pay for the effort which any individual has been put, or a group of individuals who is going to put the effort, or maybe not considering the profitability of the company, just go on paying the individuals, don't see to it that how much those people have added to the profitability, just go on paying them. So whether it all depends whether if people are going to pay on the basis of the profitability what those people have brought to the organization, or sometimes what happens, just go on paying simply and don't look after that how much profit has been earned by the organization by the employees. Okay. Then there's something implementing the plan. How best you people can implement the plan? One, it should be considered as a bridge program, okay, between the employees' performance and the need of the organization. And also they say that while people are having such a pay for the performance type of plans, it is suggested that the basic pay which has been set shouldn't be reduced and asking them to earn on the basis of the incentives. So do not reduce the pay because the incentive plans are going to be added for that. So see to it that base pay is also remaining constant as and when how much it has been set for. But along with that, incentives should be something extra which is going to be earned by the employees. Also, it should be considered as a bridge program where that will be helping to maintain the level of trust, while allowing those employees of the organization who will be getting to be used to that particular type of concept called as, pay for the performance. Something, that habitual things has to come into the individuals. All the time they should see to it that, yes, they have to trust the organization, for any plan such has been anything that has been set for the employees to earn something extra. Then we have the bridge program that should be combined, as I told you, combining the elements of the fixed wage or basic wage as well as the performance which those people are going to show, that employees, they are going to be allowing to the employers are going to allow themselves in giving more output to the organization. So somewhere they should be very much comfortable with the compensation plan which has been set on the basis of profitability. Also, plus they should be helping them to make any correction. While implementation plan also should include as and when it is required. If any correction should be brought into that, then it should be easily allowed to correct. Fine. Okay. Till here, any doubts you people have? Can somebody respond or should I continue?
Noted, sir.
Can I continue then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we have next, pay, merit pay versus, variable pay. Now just let's begin with your merit pay. This is type of an approach into the compensation that will be helping any employees to receive more awards or rewards for the high performance what those people have shown on the job. Okay, this will be something like additional pay or additional incentive pay which will be given to those people. Fine. The variable pay is something different. We'll discuss in your next coming slides. But as if now merit pay, these type of rewards, whatever the employees are going to receive, okay, that will be rising, some amount which has to be given to them rather than comparing with a type of bonus those people receive or any form of financial compensation. Fine. Now these companies will be giving rise for a superior giving rise to such a type of people who will be showing superior performance. So this is a merit pay. Keep in mind in a simpler way. That's a reward that any employees will be getting for the performance what those people are going to show in a very higher way compared to the others. So there are advantages of this merit pay where this will be helping any employer to differentiate between the people who has raised the performance, means like between the high performer and the lower performers to the employees on certain basis. Okay, and also it will be helping them to reward the performance of the person who has shown very higher performance. Fine. So it can be helping you people to easily differentiate among the higher and the lower performer. See, unlike your profit sharing, what people have discussed in your last classes, like profit sharing, and also some type of bonuses which are very similar to like profit sharing, such type of schemes. Fine. So that will be allowing any employer easily, which who can differentiate the performance of the company as a whole and the performance of an individual. This particular point, please keep in the mind. This will be helping you people to understand when we people are going to the executive pay or something like special pay for the special group of people who will be in the top management. So we see to it that what is the overall company performance and what is the contribution of an individual for increasing that overall performance of the company. So this is also helping you people to see to it, and also it will be helping any organization to recognize the performance of the any individual at that particular moment of time, or say we say it as one time basis. Okay, there is a certain disadvantages of merit pay here. Okay, remember there's no accuracy to state that 100% that to differentiate the performance of any different employees. Okay, who will be determined with certain merit pay. So it is not so easy for anybody to define what is the level of performance in a 100% accurate way. So it all depends on the need for that particular moment. So usually this time and also the cost which is going to be spent while measuring the performance, that includes expenses. Then communication of superior to the subordinates, superiors to the subordinates helps in performing the task. Usually what happens is like a supervision is also needed because some amount of say some level of standard has been set, and the assessment requires a time, as I told you, cost including a human resource. We will be assessing at any moment, every moment of that particular implementation plan. The assessment of the performance should happen. Then only people can justify the performer and the salary which is being given to them, an extra incentive. Now, when we talk about this variable pay, it is slight difference from the merit pay, where the portion of the compensation which is going to be determined by employees' performance is going to be changed slowly. Fine. When any employees are going to achieve the goals what has been set, these variable payments will be provided to those people in some type of bonuses. Otherwise, also we people can say it as the incentive pay or a commission. It all depends. If you perform high, perform more, you get more incentives. If you perform less, you get less incentives. Sometimes if you don't perform also, you will not get any incentive. So there are variations will happen on the basis of the performance of a employee. So that's why we say that compensation is purely determined by the employee's performance. How much those people are going to contribute to the plan, what those people have given by, I mean, which those people have received from the top management. Fine. As I was telling you people, compensation of some special groups. Okay. Especially, if these group of people, say, or these individuals, if they fail, no, if they fail in their approach, if those people fail, no, that will be affecting the entire organization, and that organization becomes weak. So these people role are very critical enough in the organization to be considered. If the role they miss to play properly, I think that is going to affect the organization. The entire organization is going to get affected. So keeping in that mind, these are certain type of people who will be sitting in a strategic position, who will be looking after the decisions, plans, find the missions, what those people can set, the goals, what those people can set, developing the strategies for the organization, in taking the organization to that particular level where you people have set in the form of a vision. Okay, this type of special group of positions usually you people find in the conflict factor, because some people say that they are the best, some people say that they are the worst. So on that basis depends sometimes. Although only the performance can justify that those people are capable of being at that particular position. Okay, so the example, like you have a corporate directors, now general managers, CEOs, vice president, etc. Okay. Now remember, these type of special groups will be receiving a treatment which is very specific for those people, or special for them, in the form of, like add-on packages which is been not received by any other employees in the organization. There are very specific package those people get, okay, for their tremendous or risk-taking ability what those people have, who will be taking the organization to the next level. Then also the components which has been fixed into the compensation, they are entirely very very unique in the organization, which cannot be compared with any other employees. Fine. So there are certain characteristics of these special groups. As I was telling you people, in your previous slide when we people were discussing on, some meaning about that, where these tend to be, strategically important for any firm. Politically, we said if they are not there, it won't run. Maybe a questionable one. Fine. Then the position tend to have built in a very conflict. A lot of discussion will happen. Too many members are involved into it. Okay, and they will decide upon who should be in the strategic group, or say special group. Okay, now we have, like different components. An example also we people have for these special group also, we can say it as like an executive compensation package. Fine. And see here, now we have basic salary everybody will get. Fine. And also they will be receiving some short-term incentives, or annual type of incentives or bonuses. Example, like cash bonuses, those people get a share from the profit. Okay, and retention bonus, those people are going to retain into the organization, and for being into organization for a longer time, those people will get that bonus for every year. Then they get a special training which others won't get. Then we have long-term incentives and capital appreciation plans like equity shares. Fine. Now the shares of the organization will be given to them. Okay, equity shares of the organization for their performance. Okay, amount of shares, which will be highly appreciated in coming times. As in time goes, the value of those shares will be appreciated. Fine, increase in the profit. Then also the value of the shares. Then we have executive benefits. Those people will get, like supplement life insurance, where everything is looked after by the organization. They will get, they will make a person to get insured, and also the amount of the premium which is required to pay, everything is paid by the organizations. That benefit won't be received by any other managers or assistant managers for different departments. Then we have a packages where, like especially like a rent-free accommodation, and whatever the expenses he bears, like electricity bill, gas bill, or water supply bill, everything is going to be paid by the organization. Okay, or the company. Now we have certain, popular perks that, offer to any executives. One, the company will be providing them a card for transportation, free. Everything is looked by the organization, and financial counseling by any other, bodies where they will be helping him to have some good money, save it, invest it, etc. Then company plane for the, you know, for the traveling purpose, that executive, a benefit those people are going to receive. And then we have income tax preparation. Everything is be done by the organization, first class air travel, country club membership, etc., which is not so easy for to any other people to afford in the organization, and these people are going to receive it. Fine. Okay. So we have like, executive pay and performance. Obviously, it is, how those people are going to match it. One is the pay is already linked to the company performance. As I told you, these people's decision and how strategically those people are going to work in the organization, that will be helping the entire organization or a company to perform to certain level. So usually how the company performs, on the basis of the pay has to be decided. Okay, and also, company performance exceeds industry standards, so you can give them a very big bonus, or some, stock payouts also can be given to them, like in the form of shares. You can help them to become a owner of the organization. Then if they are going to, perform poorly, this means that, there's no extra benefit those people are going to receive apart from, very smaller, pay packages. Fine. Then there are certain, compensation strategies which you people can use for such type of people, because holding them is very difficult. Though being, those people be very strategically strong, almost all organizations will be fighting behind them. So how best you people can have a strategy for those special groups for an compensation? Fine. So we have, like, use certain merits as every employees will receive as a basic. Okay, for incentive compensation, you take a basic thing is like, basic strategy, or where a basic pay can be given to them, merit based strategy. And we have like second one, like a communication strategy to ensure the understanding. See to it that, whatever expectation sorry, whatever the expectation an organization or company is having towards them has to be clearly told to them. So that's also very important. And what level of performance that is been expected by these special groups is to be, set in the form of certain standards, and their actual performance can be compared with the standard set. Fine. So see to it that, these special group of people should have also standards which has been set for them, and those people have to achieve them. Okay, and that assessment has to be done. Then value company equity regularly. See, this is something like, what value is been added, okay, because of these special group people who are sitting in the top management, and what level of compensation has been paid to them, and what is the return those people have given to the organization. Everything is going to be looked after. So see to it as just, just not making any profit to the organization. Apart from that, what value has been created for the company by these people. Okay, maybe in the form of, the appreciation for the shares into the market, how best those people can bring. Fine. So today we'll stop here till your, this will, in the next class we are going to begin with the incentives. Okay, that will be your third part of module 5, okay, of your compensation and reward system. Okay, fine. Any doubts that you people have? Good.
No, sir.
Any? Okay, then shall I stop the class? Should we
Yes, sir.
should we end up the class today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today.
Okay then. Thank you.